We are going to have a party. How do I look, huh? How do I look? Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate stopping on by. Once again, coming at you for one of my famed VHS showcasing videos. Today I'm going to be showcasing a VHS of what I regard the extremely classic and extremely underrated film from, I believe, 1979 by the name of Tourist Trap. La 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 la. Looking on the bottom right of the back of this VHS cover, we've got trademark and copyright 1990 by Paramount Pictures, all rights reserved. So this actually might be a little known VHS that was released obviously in the early 90s by Paramount. Basically, if you're not aware, at the time Full Moon, Charles Band's company, had recently successfully released the very first Full Moon movie distributed by Paramount Home Video. I want to say it was either in late '89 or most likely probably sometime in early 1990. I got into Puppet Master the very first year it was ever available, and from like 1990 to I think it was like 95, Full Moon had the incredible fortune of being able to be distributed on home video, or on VHS anyway, by Paramount Home Video, which was a huge boon for them because a lot of times there would be Full Moon trailers on other Paramount releases. I'm pretty sure that I think there's a trailer for Robot Wars, the Full Moon film, on the VHS release of Pet Sematary 2, for example. So it's a huge boon to Full Moon to be distributed on VHS by Paramount Home Video for like 1990 to at least 95, I want to say. But at any rate, this is an interesting title that was, I guess, while they were being distributed, while their Full Moon titles were being distributed by Paramount, I guess, I don't know. I mean, this title here would indicate that maybe anything that Charles Band or Full Moon had in their vaults, or anything that they were interested in putting out, it looks like Paramount was open to putting that stuff out as well. This might be a kind of a rare or lesser known VHS release of Tourist Trap. As we can see here on the cover, it takes elements of the original theatrical poster and mixes them with early 90s Full Moon covers and posters that their art department was creating at the time. If you look at this artwork, obviously the picture of the masked killer with kind of backlit by the red light is the original theatrical poster image. But obviously these images of these two kind of mannequin women and this creepy balding mannequin kind of guy that are kind of creeping on this little painting here, taken from a still from the film of Tanya Roberts here, are additions that were made for this particular release, probably by the Full Moon art department of the early 90s. If you look especially on the bottom here, panning further down the luscious Tanya Roberts and down her legs, and that, if you look on the bottom here, the ground that the art department made definitely resembles Full Moon posters and cover art from the early 90s. And it's kind of funny here, the image of Tanya Roberts must have not had her that foot as a part of the image, because you can tell whoever made this artwork put like a rock there or something, because they probably didn't have the photo of Tanya wasn't complete, so they put a rock there to kind of cover up what part of the photo they didn't have available to them. On the bottom left here you can see, of course, the Paramount logo, which is interesting to see on the VHS release of Tourist Trap. On the other side here, bottom right, we see Phantom Video. Basically, from what I understand about this, it's just kind of a made-up BS kind of a name that Charles Band probably made just to differentiate this release from his current, at the time, Full Moon releases. So Phantom Video was just kind of a bogus title, much like the Shadow Video that he'd concoct later on. As a matter of fact, the Laserdisc of the same release, instead of saying Phantom Video, does say Shadow Video. We'll take a look at that release after I do this video. Taking a look at the right spine, we've got a just black spine here with this Tourist Trap in the kind of the classic original font. I think it looks really cool with the white letters that have this red kind of background to them or whatever. You've got the little closed captioning logo there and a catalog number of 1, 2, 867 and the Paramount logo on the bottom. Looking at the left spine, we see that the left spine is identical to the right spine. Taking a look at the top of the VHS cover, this is what Paramount VHS top of their VHS covers looked like in 1990. Tourist Trap, that's the standard font for the top of Paramount VHSs at the time. Same catalog number. It's interesting how we have a year here, a release year of 1980. I think it was more like 79, but 79, 80, potato, whatever. We've got color, 90 minutes, PG. Unfortunately, I still think if this movie had been rated R and maybe had some cuss words and some boobies, maybe it would have gotten much more, the success it deserved. But at any rate, it's a PG and will forever be a PG film, hi-fi, and closed caption. Taking a look at the back of the VHS, on the top here we can see the last roadside stop you'll ever make. And on the top right here we've got a little box here which houses the barcode and some information here which lets you know that hi-fi playback requires hi-fi VCR, VHS hi-fi, Dolby BNR, which stands for noise reduction on linear tracks. Dolby and the Dolby logo are trademarks of Dolby Laboratories Licensing Corporation. Panning further down we see the Tourist Trap in the classic Tourist Trap font, this time in red, which would have looked cool on the spines, I think. Red on black always looks cool. Really cool main image here of just the three kind of women. I was going to say hotties, but I've never thought the blonde chick in this movie was necessarily hot per se. The other two women in that picture I regard as being relatively hot. We've got a little box here with Chuck Connors there getting an axe in the kind of the same spot Jason would get a machete in Friday the 13th Part 2. The other box there features the character of, I haven't seen this for a while, but I want to say it's like Davey with the mask on, choking the one guy who would, the people who come upon the Slosson's Lost Oasis are these three chicks and this one guy. So it's just the one guy of the four, group party is being strangled and held up against the wall by the very powerful and very maniacal Davy here. They couldn't resist it, the dummies. Now that's what they're in danger of becoming. When three beauties, including a View to a Kill's Tanya Roberts, stumble into a bizarre tourist trap run by a reclusive good old boy, Chuck Connors, they discover a collection of amazingly lifelike mannequins. What's the secret behind this shop that should be dispensing maps, trinkets, and gasoline, but instead unleashes waves of shock and suspense? You'll find out. Tourist Trap comes off powerfully with its games of cat and mouse terror. The creature features movie guide. Panning further down we can see the credits here, which looks to include Phantom Video Presents Chuck Connors in Tourist Trap, which is interesting. I didn't see that until just now. Panning further down we can see unfortunately PG, and then on the bottom here once again Paramount logo, the goofy just random Phantom Video. I do kind of like the font though that they made up for the little Phantom Video logo there. As you can see here almost in the center on the bottom here, this little sticker is how they'd seal Paramount VHS in the 90s at this time, and the half of the sticker would be on the back of the cover here and the other half would be covering, stuck to the tape, so that way you knew if it was cut that it was, basically used or whatever, or potentially used. If the seal wasn't broken, it was a brand new tape. That combined obviously with the shrink wrap would indicate whether it was new or potentially previously viewed. Taking a look at the tape itself, we've got a really cool and colorful VHS here, once again being a VHS tape from Paramount in 1990. This is probably what the majority of VHS tape labels looked like from Paramount at the time. White label, blue Paramount logo, and kind of a burgundy Tourist Trap. 1980 color, 90 minutes, PG, closed caption logo, and Dolby BNR logo. As you can see, copyright 1990. Oh, interesting now. They forgot. They screwed up. Instead of saying Phantom Video, it says Full Moon Entertainment. So they kind of screwed up there. Well, that'll show you who's really having this distributed by Paramount. It's not really Phantom Video, but indeed Full Moon Entertainment. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why they felt like they couldn't just say that, why they had to make up that bogus Phantom Video thing, but whatever. As you can see, the bottom half of the sticker is kind of covered up by this video store number label that I guess I tried to peel off but gave up on here. But at any rate, this information is just your standard copyright warning information, so no biggie that we can't see it. Looking at the spine here, your standard Paramount VHS spine sticker from 1990, burgundy on white. It looks to be, I can't tell, it looks almost like I can't tell if the hi-fi is green or if it's blue like this Paramount logo. It looks green to me, but at any rate, hi-fi, Paramount logo, and once again 12867. Guess that pretty much does it for this showcasing of this. I would regard this as being probably a more or less rare VHS release of the classic film from 1979. You know, executive produced by Charles Band by the name of Tourist Trap. Incidentally, if you haven't seen this movie and are into, like, you know, 70s horror movies and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure you can watch this for free on Tubi TV online, so I definitely recommend doing that if you've never seen this movie. It's absolutely just dripping with really cool atmosphere. Don't let the PG rating fool you. It's a really cool movie dripping with atmosphere. Production design by the guy who did the production design for the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's why the masks that that Davey wears in the movie definitely resemble the masks that Leatherface wears in the original Chainsaw movie. Amazing, amazing, amazing music in this movie by Pino Donaggio. I still don't know how to pronounce his last name. I should really figure that out one of these decades. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one.